You might be living your life feeling deeply empty inside. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you how to deal with this and how you can feel whole again. So, I am myself a survivor of many childhood traumas, which left me feeling completely empty in my life. I always carried myself with the sense of having a hole inside that I could not fill up. So why does that happen? Well, it happens because when we go through difficult things and we cannot digest these experiences, we suppress our emotions. We suppress the shame, we suppress the sadness, we suppress the fear, the guilt, and everything that is unpleasant. Because when we are a kid and we go through difficult things, we don't have the tools to handle what we're going through. So that's why we suppress them. And because we suppress them, we are not having a healthy emotional world. And this causes us to feel empty. Why? Because if your emotions don't flow inside of you, then what's left? Well, what's left is a sense of emptiness because you're just out of touch with these emotions. So it's like if you have a glass that is full of water and you remove the water from the glass, then the glass is empty. Well, it's the same with emotions. If you suppress emotions, then the inside of you feels empty. So what do? Well, we simply learn to feel our emotions. It's very simple, but it's very difficult because most likely you are judging these emotions, and that's why you suppress them. Also, it's because this judgment allowed you to suppress them. Basically, because your emotions are not allowed in this moment, either by people around you or by yourself, you have to judge them. It's a natural reaction. Because my sadness is not seen, then my sadness is not accepted. So you judge it, right? And so this judgment is what's keeping the sadness stuck. It's what's keeping the emotion stuck. It's what's blocking you from re-owning this emotion and feel more whole. Okay, so that's the first part of why you feel empty. It's because you have suppressed emotions. Now, the other reason is simply because you're completely divided inside of you. You are not in tune with yourself. You are fighting between different parts of you. And so you wake up in the morning and you wonder how you can be different. You wonder how you can be better. And in that sense, you're fighting against yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be who you are. You're not authentic. And this causes you to feel empty because when we are so divided, there's no room for the fullness of our personality. Does that make sense? If your personality is splitted, how can you be full of your own authenticity? It's impossible. It's like a puzzle that is broken into pieces. You cannot have a whole puzzle unless you bring the pieces back together. So that's the right understanding. To bring the pieces of you back together. To stop this mindset of fighting against what you are experiencing, fighting against your sub-personalities, fighting against all these aspects of yourself, and learn to reclaim them, to reintegrate them. And when you do that, you reassemble the puzzle inside, and you're basically becoming whole again. Also, what happens is that when we live a life that is not purposeful, we live a life for others, we live a life based on what society tells us, then we feel empty. Because as human, we need this purpose, we need this kind of freedom to do what we want to do. And it's a source of big suffering in many people, that they're not able to do what they want to do because society has basically trained them to think that it's not allowed, it's not okay, or it's too difficult, you cannot reach this. And this leaves you feeling empty because you're not fulfilling your potential. You're not listening to your heart. You see? So the emptiness is not only you with yourself, is you as a result of the culture, the environment in which you evolve. If you grow up in a family where you have to have a job that is like this, that is paid that amount of money, and that whatever the condition is, and you're not allowed to do your calling, then you're gonna have to betray yourself. You're forced to betray yourself. You're forced to go in a direction that you already know doesn't suit you, but you don't have a choice because you're conditioned by the fear. And so this leaves you empty, because what happens is that you become someone else. You don't become who you're meant to be. You become someone else. You become a kind of character that you're building in order to fit this role that has been imposed on you. And when you realize this, of course, for most people, they start getting angry at their upbringing, etc. And that's necessary. That's a form of grief. It's a stage. But if you want to feel whole again, you have to understand that the way is to stop playing that role, is to find the way out of the fear and find your own direction in life. And of course, to do that, you must do a lot of shadow work, you must do a lot of therapy, and you're gonna make it. If I made it, you can make it, and anyone can make it, anyone can heal. And by following your purpose, you will reclaim a sense of wholeness. You will reclaim a sense of fullness of who you are. Does that make sense? So you might be wondering, how do I do that? Well, you have to question really the truth of what you've been told. Is it really true that this world is dangerous? Is it really true that it's hard to do something you love? Is it true, or is it a belief, a collective belief? You have to sit with yourself and question these things and try to dismantle them. Because a part of you, a deep, younger part of you, is still believing them as the truth. So you must help this part of you realize that this is a conditioning, not a truth. That's different. Conditioning and truth are two different things. I'll give you an example. Right now I am at the river, right? The conditioning will be, oh, I am at the river, but I should work, so I am lazy. That's the conditioning. The truth is, I am just at the river because I want to be at the river. So the first one makes me feel empty. I'm lazy. My life is meaningless. I'm not good enough. And the second one makes me feel whole. I am at the river because I want to be at the river and I enjoy it. So these inner narratives that are going on in our heads are a big part of why we feel empty. So these narratives, they must be dismantled in order for you to live the life you want. And when you live the life you want, you will become whole. The trap, however, is to always want better. If you always want better, if you have too many desires that are pointless, like fame or being a millionaire or whatever, then you will never get what you want, because the desires are not truly what you want. So find the life that you want, but a true desire, a true authentic wish, not something manufactured. So that's important. Otherwise, you will keep running your whole life, following desires that are not yours, and you will never reach this wholeness. So when I say go for the life you want, I'm not saying just blindly go for it. I'm saying also question what you really want. You have to find out what is a good life for you, and be really careful to not mistake a collective idea of what a good life is, like being rich and having a big family or whatever, and find for you, because everyone is different. You may want to be alone all the time, you may want to have many friends, you may want to do a creative job, you may not want to do a creative job. So getting in touch with this authenticity, this core calling, and stop judging it, because you already know what you like, you already know what makes sense to you. You just stop judging it, stop suppressing yourself. And that, my friends, will give you a deep sense of wholeness. And that's the only thing I wish to you, because I experience it and it's profoundly liberating. So that being said, if you like this video, you can check the description. I have many links that you can click on. For example, if you want to work with me or join my community. And I would love to meet you and know more about you. And other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.